No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Zero Interest. Today we're doing Konosuba episode 9.
So, we know where the budget went, apparently. Like,
Yes, we know
all
where
of
the
it.
budget went.
No, literally,
Because
all of it went into this episode.
I mentioned this much earlier into the series, but this particular director has some priorities.
Mm.
Uh, that being said, like those aspects aside, this episode is a great example of. I remember one criticism you had earlier on in the series, Casey, where you're like, it just needs to go more, play up the insanity,
Mm.
and I believe that's what they did with this episode.
Oh, yeah. So,
And I also figured out what the other cut episode was now. So I'm gonna just start this off this time because I want to go into what you missed from that episode
feel
that
free.
was obviously cut. So you see two guys walking back and forth across this alleyway, making sure there's nobody watching before they look in. And Kazuma's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And their names are Keith and Dust, and they're like,
Good names.
and you get a brief kind of, "Oh yeah, I've met these guys before, adventuring," and then they're like, "Yeah, so there's a shop for men down this alleyway," and Kazuma's like, "Really?"
So, these
So
two characters, yeah, I can
there is
understand why the episode was cut. They didn't really contribute all that much to this one. Just, they're there, and then they're gone.
yeah, there is a basically what happened in the episode when they're introduced is that Dust, the leader of the party, I believe, gets kind of jealous that Kazuma has a party of just girls, and Kazuma's like, "Really? You're jealous of me? All right." So Kazuma then decides to. They basically agree that Kazuma and Dust are going to switch parties for the day. And Kazuma goes with his normal adventure party. He learns I believe he learns this skill, which he actually does learn in the anime later on. Now it's kind of changed, and he learns a skill from these people. But and he goes on a normal adventure with these guys, and it's fine, and it's great. And then he comes back, and Dust is like, "I don't want to take them back. Take them back. I don't want this. This is awful. Take them back." And he's like, "Oh." So it's kind of a little funny joke. Kind of explains these characters because they are recurring characters. Bit sad it was cut, but it's not as bad as a cut as Wiz and her episode.
Yeah. They needed two, they picked one, and it would have been weird if they suddenly had a mansion.
Yeah.
So I can understand why they chose the other one and not. And I guess it was an important plot point where he died.
Because that actually does. Because that's his first time meeting the goddess Eris, who is a big part of the world.
Yeah. It was a bunch of bad choices that they had, aside from that one that they skipped with Keith and the other guy. So I can understand why they chose the one that they did to cut. It's unfortunate, but that's how it went. But thankfully, we're past all of that now, so we can just stop talking about it at this point.
All right, so now that was just the last thing on things being cut.
Yep.
Going forward, now it's just this episode, the next, and season 1 is done. So, Casey, take it away. What happens next?
Oh, what happens next? There's a good question. They say a shop for men, and I'm like, oh, strip club. And yeah, after the opening credits, it's like, yeah, strip club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I said this while we were watching it. I'm pretty sure DxD didn't spend this much time, effort, and energy on boobs. DxD is basically a show about boobs, and it spent less time and effort on the boobs than this one episode did.
You don't even see like a single like nipple or anything, which DxD did. But
it's a censor thing. There was a censored version and an uncensored version.
Yeah, but like, no, it's just the animation of the boobs.
Yep,
is where it is, and
oh boy, like
yeah,
all the animation budget went into Kazuma's finger thing, and the boobs,
and Megaman's explosions.
Oh yeah, the explosions. So, yeah, I'd say they have good priorities where they put the budget.
So
you gotta say no to this. I've been watching the soundtrack for like the past 3 days. I'm gonna make Hamilton references for the rest of my life. I'm sorry, audience.
So anyway, yeah, it's the succubus shop.
Basically, yeah. So they offer dream services. So you tell them what you want, and while you're sleeping, one of their number will come round and give you a very nice dream while they suck out your life energy.
Very nice lucid dream. They just take a little bit of life energy as like a price. But you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, most adventures don't even have a high life expectancy, and it's not like it's lowering your life expectancy that much or at all. I think it's just a little bit of vitality is how they describe it. They're not draining you till you die.
Yeah,
and that's how they're able to live peacefully in the town as like monsters.
Yeah, which makes sense. And fair play. Everybody's got to make a living. And do what you love, I guess.
And so they reduce the stress, the built up frustrations of adventurers because a lot of adventurers have female companions, but those female companions are also adventurers and will most likely kill you if you attempt anything on them.
Yeah, apparently, like, general romance is not an option that is being considered or even mentioned. Just, rape, apparently.
Well, it's more like the way I've seen it described in other things, and this is not Konosuba, but the whole, I guess, mentality they're going with is the way like adventure groups go. Like you get some really like beautiful girls as adventurers, but you spend so much time with them that you never really like develop a kind of romantic relationship with them because it just ends up being a mess with the party dynamic, and it just like, and not to mention you literally see all the sides. You're more likely to become family with them than to become romantic partners, especially given the work that you do. And
yeah, bollocks. But sure,
I know, but like, I guess it's just like I don't want to. It's like they have pent up frustrations. They don't know where to put it because, like,
well,
so here's a place to put it.
Yeah, so he's there making his choices and such things, and there's a sexy lady just outlining the details and such, and he looks to the side. He sits
next to the same dude. Yeah.
The guy whose name I don't want to know, I just want him to be the guy. He's just the guy.
I still have no idea what his name is.
And he's still just awesome, and he's like, you have fun now, you hear?
You're at hell's door.
And he wanders off, and Cosmo takes a look at his sheet, and he's like an artisan? What the hell? He's not even an adventurer?
He's an artisan weaver. He's not even an adventurer.
Also, weaver. So basically, he knits. That's his. That's his trade.
All he does. Yes.
That's
he knits.
Awesome. That big burly guy like that, who is so awesome, is also, he's into crochet. You got to respect that.
He's like the hidden kanji of the series.
Yeah, that's fucking great. Yeah. So he makes his selection. Cosmo makes his selections and goes home, and he's like told, "Don't eat too much or drink too much, or you won't dream, and then you won't get the benefit."
You'll dream you'll sleep too soundly. You won't have a dream. Is the whole thing. So he gets home, and hey, Darkness's family bought them a whole bunch of expensive fancy crabs and wine as a moving in present. And me and Casey got really hungry.
Oh god, yes. Like,
Like
I
it's
haven't eaten crab like literally ever, but
Mhm.
I want to eat crab now. I like. I wonder if Coast to Coast does like crab dishes. Maybe.
It reminds me of when I was on my cruise earlier and I got to have that lobster. Mm-hmm.
I haven't eaten lobster either. Like, you know, shellfish. Like, it's not really a type of food that we tend to like. It's cod. Cod is the thing in Britain. That is the thing that we eat all the time. That's seafood. I I want to eat crab. Try it. I want to eat lobster. Try it. See what it's like.
Make sure you dip it in butter.
It's my understanding, yes. Sushi wouldn't be bad either.
Anyway,
I'm so fucking hungry after this episode. You see what we're talking about now, yes, audience.
Anyway,
this is what it did.
So Kazuma has to suffer through this. He has to eat, but not eat too much, and then he stops and he's like, what's really important? I need to get my priorities here. Is it spending time and being happy with my friends here, or
is it getting my end away in my own stupid brain? Well, I'm gonna go to bed early. See you guys tomorrow. You guys have fun.
So,
also we get in the background, Aqua does like shadow puppets with doing the Destroyer, the thing from episode 7.
Yeah,
it's turns out to be important. Go figure.
They also mentioned it earlier. Oh, we completely forgot the part at the beginning where Kazuma's staring at the fireplace, and Megaman and Darkness are playing chess.
Oh yeah, we completely skipped that bit, didn't we?
Yeah, and Aqua's all like, "Get off the couch for my esteemed self. I'm the highest level in this party."
And she exhibited a delinquent face.
And then he's like, your stats haven't even increased. It's like, obviously my stats are the highest. And then he just gets up and he looks at her and she's like,
just complete understanding, like sudden revelation has dawned upon him.
And like tears fill his eyes and he puts her hand and he's like, "I'm sorry." And he just looks at her with the most pity and then he walks away.
Yep.
And it's the greatest thing.
It's like get shit on, but she doesn't even realize why. It's great.
And Megaman is doing all sorts of BS in their chess battle, like teleportation. And
that's a thing. Castling is a thing.
And Destroyer. She actually says Destroyer, and to which Darkness is like, "Yeah." It's great in the background.
If she's castling, you could call that Destroyer. Why not? It's a big structure.
So
I'm just trying to like make it seem like she's not cheating because I like her. All right.
Yeah. So they
So
anyways, back to present.
Cosmo's trying to sleep and he can't because he's excited because he gets to get his end away. And yes, that's how I'm going to phrase it for the entire episode.
It's been a while,
if ever.
Yeah.
So. He's tossing and turning. He's like, I can't get to sleep. I'm going to go take a bath and, try and, soothe the muscles and things and again.
So he leaves the lantern on. He puts the sign on that says, "Oh, it's in use." And then he waits and he falls asleep.
Yeah. And then he wakes up and the lantern's gone out and he's like, "Oh, what the hell? Oh, wait." I close my eyes and then. Oh, right.
He's like, "This is the dream."
Okay. And he sees figure through the window. Yep, budget. As yeah, this is the fan service episode. Still thankful that Mega Man was completely kept out of it. They didn't go there, even though I was very worried for a bit in the discussion in the strip club
Yeah, he was like, "Is it a problem with age?" And he's like, "No, I'm not like that."
But that wouldn't be a problem if it were like that, right?
He was mean. No, he didn't say that.
He did say that actually. He literally
exactly
said that.
He meant because like the thing about Cosma is like this is established is that he has a kind of a range that he tends to go for, which is 2 years above or below his age, I guess.
Which would be relevant if we knew his age.
16.
Oh, okay. I assume
Megaman is 13, and he only gets any sort of interest in her once she turns 14.
Okay, so he sees the figure of, blonde, buxom, and she comes through, and it's darkness. Of course it is. And he's like, "Oh, well, I guess I did say an older, but inexperienced woman. So yeah, I get this. I guess this makes sense. Yeah, all right.
Older, hot woman with good body. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This makes sense."
Then he sort of just man spreads.
And he's like, "Yo," and she's like, "What's going on?" And gets out of the bath, stands straight up, and walks over, and he's like, "Hey, wash my back."
Worth noting, it is doing the anime thing of no genitals, so she has none, which, they don't quite go that far. Fair play. Though they go as far as they possibly can elsewise.
And
so she's freaking out that he's there and not understanding why he's so brazen all of a sudden. And then he's like, don't worry about it, and stands up fully.
Yeah. And Darkness begins to question, wait, am I the one wrong here? Is this not common? Is this common sense that I'm just not getting? Because again, she doesn't tend to have common sense.
Yeah, and then he just walks over to the washing stool and is like, "All right, wash my back."
And ordering her around like this also fulfills her kink. So she doesn't know what to do. But then she's like, "Okay." And she's freaking out.
If this was allowed to go through, I think everybody would have walked away happy from this, to be perfectly honest.
To be perfectly honest, it's not like she was unwilling.
Yeah.
Necessarily. And it's not like he was unwilling either. So then...
Though if you really maybe think about it a little too hard, I guess she had technically been drinking. But, like I said, I was maybe thinking about it too hard.
Yeah, I didn't get the implication she was drunk or anything.
Yeah. So,
so
he's basically being forceful and fulfilling every single one of her kinks to the point where she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And she leans in to start washing his back and does, and he's like, "No, use your boobs."
He's like, "No, dry my back with your body," and she's like, and she's about to when
intruder and such.
It yells, "Intruder!" And then he's like, "Oh, come on! Even in my dreams, she has to interrupt."
I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, and he
on the phone.
And he grabs a towel and he wraps it around his waist and he runs out. And he finds that Aqua put a barrier around the intruder, the succubus that was supposed to appear. So Kazuma remembers. He learns this isn't a dream. I just made Darkness actually do that. Oh no. And so.
Also awesome, but oh no.
Oh no, yeah.
So they're basically talking, hey, we should destroy her. Like, this leech thing needs to be destroyed. I'm a goddess, I can't allow this devil.
She's a
to
monster.
Just,
She's gonna go after you. She's gonna kill you, Kazuma, steal your vitality, and steal your life. And he's like, and he moves over to stand in front of her, arms spread. And he's like, run away.
Face. It's awesome.
Yeah, he goes, run away.
Yeah,
it's the best.
I guess you'd call that the stone-faced expression, the anime expression, where the man is suddenly more man in the face.
And
just all wrinkle and muscle and such.
And Darkness runs out, and she's like, he must have been charmed by the succubus, and she's controlling him. Like, he's doing all sorts of weird things in the bed. They're talking about dreams and settings. And then Darkness is like, and then Cosmo's like, convenient explanation.
So he's just sort of stood there, and they're like, okay, we're going to beat the shit out of you if you don't move.
And he's like, there's some things you must absolutely protect.
Run. Get out of here. I'll hold them off. I'm paraphrasing now at this point, but
yeah, that's basically what he says. And then he jumps out there. He's like, yeah! He does a shot, and they beat the crap out of him, and she gets away.
Yep.
It is one of the more ridiculous events, and it's great.
It cut to the next morning, and Cosmo's cleaning the grave because that's a thing that he does. Okay. And he's going with the story that, hey, yeah, I was controlled, and I don't remember anything. It wasn't my
fault. It wasn't my fault at all.
I don't know what happened. I guess I was
Darkness is like, well, I thought it was kind of weird. It wasn't that bad. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, I can control myself. And, if anything, it's your fault. I left the door, I left the lights on, and I put a sign on the door. And she's like, so you do remember.
Yeah, show some common sense. And he's like, oh, oops.
And he's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's just because he's super great. So, thoughts?
I was about to say Aqua was barely in this one, so, thumbs up just based on that. But actually, the bits of this where she was in it were fun. Like, yeah, okay. I don't think this episode really has any demerits beyond, if you want to really do the thing where you have to complain about this, then objectification of women and such, but fuck off. Yeah, I can't really think of any particular demerits about this.
Yeah, no, this is a good episode.
I mean, obviously, as I say, the animation budget all went into this episode, so I can't really say the animation was bad. I can't say, the voice acting was, how the fuck do I know? It's in Japanese. But the writing was solid and funny as hell.
Yeah. So.
And it made me super fucking hungry. Oh my god.
I know. Hold on, just we're almost there.
Okay.
So I know you gave this show a 3 out of 10.
Yep.
Last episode.
For how I was feeling about it at the time, yes.
Yeah.
This is a hell of a swing, but I'm going to say 8 or 9. Just for how I'm feeling right now. Like, if there were more episodes like this, I would be down for this show every single episode. There aren't more episodes like this, so I'm going to say 7. Rationally, there aren't more episodes like this. It would be higher if, it had a better track record, but it doesn't.
We've had some good episodes in the past, and we've had some not great episodes, so I 7 makes sense.
Yeah, the ratio is actually very against it as in terms of good episodes versus bad episodes, but this was a really, really good one.
Like, all the stuff with the Doulahan, the stuff with Megaman. I would say,
like I say,
large.
Out of all of it, I'd say maybe 4 out of the 9 episodes we've seen were actually worth watching.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I understand you. where you're coming from.
Hmm.
But yeah, this was a good episode.
Yeah. So
I don't think we have much more to say.
not really.
I just want to move on to the next one and bid you guys adieu. This was Zero Interest Konosuba episode 9.
Don't talk French. Please don't talk French.
I'm gonna do. Oh, come on.
I'm not even talking about the anime reflux that we recorded. I mean, like, it's the Hamilton thing again. There's literally a character that talks with a French accent throughout the whole thing. I'm sorry,
right, well,
audience. This is going to be a recurring thing, and I can't help it. I promise.
See you guys next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Au revoir.
Double standards.